Imagine that you are traveling in a plane which is flying at an altitude of 10,000 feet. Suddenly, lightning strikes its wings, and as soon as you see it, the plane starts falling down rapidly. At the same time, it begins to scatter into many pieces. This thought is extremely scary, something no one would ever want to experience. But today, we are going to talk about a person with whom all this actually happened. And despite everything, he is still alive today. This person's name is Juliane Koepcke. Let's learn about her real survival story. Juliane was born on October 10, 1954 in Lima, the capital of Peru. She was the only child of German zoologists Maria and Hans Wilhelm Koepcke. At the time of her birth, her parents were working at the Lima Natural History Museum. When Juliane was 14 years old, she had to leave Lima with her parents because they were establishing a biological research center called Panguana deep inside the Amazon jungle. Their goal was to study and understand the ecosystem of the dense rainforest. While living there, Juliane learned many survival skills without realizing that one day these skills would save her life and make history. She later told the BBC in a 2012 interview that she learned a lot about jungle life. According to her, it wasn't as dangerous as people imagined and certainly not the hell the world thought it was. Juliane studied at a small school in Panguana for 2 years, but later she was rejected by educational authorities. Because of this, she had to return to Lima to complete her education. Now it was Christmas, and the year was 1971. Juliane's father wanted to call Juliane and her mother back to Panguana for Christmas. Her mother wanted to leave a few days earlier, but Juliane wanted to attend her graduation ceremony in Lima on December 23rd. Her mother agreed, and they both left Lima for Panguana on the evening of December 24th. Because it was Christmas season, almost all flights were fully booked, except one flight operated by Lanza. Juliane's father was very uncomfortable with this airline because Lanza had a poor safety reputation. He also knew that the aircraft, a Lockheed L-188 Electra, had a bad flight record. But since there was no other option, Juliane and her mother had to book that flight. Juliane was seated in the second row near the window, while her mother sat in the middle seat. At first, the flight seemed normal. But about 15 minutes before landing, the sky suddenly turned dark, and the plane began to experience severe turbulence. Soon, luggage and gifts started falling from overhead compartments. Lightning flashed all around the aircraft, and passengers began screaming and crying in fear. Within minutes, the plane's engine caught fire. The aircraft broke apart in midair and started falling rapidly. Then suddenly, everything went silent. Juliane found herself falling through the open air. She later told the New York Times, "I was in the open air outside the plane. I didn't leave the plane left me." After that, she lost consciousness. When Juliane regained consciousness the next day, she realized her collarbone was broken. She had injuries on her shoulders and legs, and her knee ligament was damaged. Despite the pain, she was able to walk. She began calling out for her mother, but the only response she heard was the sound of the jungle. By recognizing the sounds of birds and frogs, she understood she was still in the Amazon rainforest, not far from where her parents worked. However, she had lost her direction and could have been trapped in the world's largest rainforest. Juliane heard planes flying overhead but couldn't see them because of the dense forest canopy. She was wearing only a light dress and had lost one sandal. She kept the remaining sandal because she had also lost her glasses and couldn't see properly. She used the sandal to tap the ground in front of her to avoid stepping on snakes hidden in the leaves. She found a small bag containing some food but was afraid of starvation once it ran out. She knew that many plants in the jungle could be poisonous, so she didn't eat anything unfamiliar. It rained heavily during the day, soaking everything, while nights were extremely cold. On the fourth day, she heard frogs croaking loudly, which terrified her. She knew they were often attracted to decomposing bodies. Nearby, she found dead passengers from the crash, some partially buried. It was the first time she had ever seen a corpse. She feared one of them might be her mother, but later noticed nail polish on the woman's toes, something her mother never wore. This realization deeply upset her. Days passed. Juliane was burning under the sun, starving, and extremely weak. By the 10th day, she began losing hope. She felt completely alone in the world. Then she saw a large boat in a river. At first, she thought it was a hallucination. But when she touched it, she realized it was real. Nearby, she found a hut containing an outboard motor and a petrol can. Her right arm had an open wound filled with insects. To remove them, she poured petrol into the wound. The pain was unbearable, but it worked. She removed around 30 larvae. That night, she stayed in the hut. The next morning, she woke up to the sound of men's voices. Local fishermen had arrived and were shocked to see a weak, dirty, blonde-haired girl. Juliane later said they thought she was some kind of mythical creature, a mix between a dolphin and a white-skinned girl. But one of the survival skills her parents had taught her saved her again. She spoke Spanish. She told them her name was Juliane and that she was a survivor of the Lanza plane crash. The fishermen treated her wounds and took her to the hospital. Later, Juliane learned that she was the only survivor of the crash. Her mother and 91 other passengers had died. From Juliane's incredible survival story, we learned two powerful lessons. First, her mental strength and determination kept her alive despite unimaginable physical and emotional pain. She never gave up hope and kept believing in herself. Second, the survival skills she learned from her parents, understanding nature, avoiding danger, and staying calm, played a crucial role in saving her life. Juliane later wrote an autobiography titled, "When I Fell from the Sky," and a movie was also made based on her story. If you found this real survival story inspiring, share your thoughts in the comments below. So friends, I hope that you got a lot of information from this video. To watch more such interesting videos, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, click on the bell icon, which is present next to the subscription button, so that you can get the notification of all the new videos of this channel. Like and share the video. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye.